Present.
Eric Lugers.
Present.
Sean Taylor.
Here.
Lee Hodgen.
Here.
And I am here. We do have a quorum. Dana's here and Ellen is here as well. So first order is approval of minutes from December 9th, 2025 meeting. Do we have a motion to approve?
I so move
Second.
that they be approved.
Sorry, Lee.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So they are approved. No old business, so we'll move right into new business, the election of officers. Does anyone have any thoughts, comments, hopes, dreams?
I would make a motion to maintain the current officer, that Josh is president, Sean at vice president, and myself as secretary.
Second.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So we do retain the same officers. Next order of new business, EDC case 2026-01, Prime Beverage Abatement.
Yes, this is a new company that is interested in locating here in Franklin. We're delighted to work with them on that. They are considering the Sunbeams spec building that we do have an abatement on the real property for that. It is located on Jim Black Road. The actual road and address is Progress Drive because this is the road that Sunbeam put in. It's roughly right in this area, and that is called Progress Drive. So just, I know there was a little bit of confusion on where that was, but that's why that's called there. It's a little over 1 million square foot building, and Prime Beverage Holdings is interested in this position, or in this facility. They are a beverage production company. I will let them explain exactly what they do here in just a minute, but just to let you know what the request is, it is a request for a 7-year tax abatement on $56 million in personal property. They are estimating that they will add 181 new employees to this facility. They are amenable to the 5% economic development fee. Their average wage is $25.89, and if you go through their packet, we do have broken down their low, medium, and high wages by the jobs, so you can see kind of the numbers and the jobs of what it actually is. John West is here today with Prime. So John, I would like to ask you if you would come forward. Let me pull this up for you. There you go. I'll let you take this and then you can run your presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right. Let's see here. Good morning, everybody. I'm John West. I'm with Prime Beverage Group. I've been with them for about 4 years. I personally have about 20 years experience in the beverage manufacturing sector. Thank you for the great introduction, Dana. Much appreciated. She's been a great help to us getting everything technically set up here. So today, we're just going to give you a quick overview of the company, what we do, the project overview here in Franklin, what we're hoping to accomplish in the near future, as well as kind of a 5-year plan. We're going to look at some of the challenges that we're facing currently right now in getting started, look at some partnership opportunities with the City of Franklin as well as the local community at large, and then we'll open it up for any questions that you may have. So we are Prime Beverage Group. We were founded in 2020. We started with about 350,000 square feet and about 180 employees, so about the same that we'd start with here in Franklin. We've since grown to over 1.2 million square feet over 4 different campuses. We have over 600 employees now. So that's something that we'd be looking to do here in Franklin as well over the next 5 to 6 years, is we're going to start with that original about 181 employees and then hopefully grow as our operations expand to what they are, the same size as they are in North Carolina. We are headquartered in Huntersville, North Carolina. Like I said, we do have 4 different campuses. So we serve as a one-stop shop for beverage manufacturing. Our clients will send in their raw materials, their ingredients, their packaging materials. We'll mix all the liquid, we put it into a can, we'll put it into a package, whether that's a tray or a carton. That gets palletized, and then we do supply chain logistics for those companies as well. So we'll store all their product for them until they're ready to be shipped out to distributors, retailers, or big box stores. I should mention also, so we started with 2 production lines. We're now up to 4 production lines as well as a variety pack line. So the mix and match packs that you would normally get at your Costco or Sam's, something like that. So currently, this is our scope here. So as you can see, we're a day's drive from most of the eastern seaboard. But see right out of view there is Franklin, Indiana. That made Franklin, Indiana kind of the top of our list. It made it just such logical sense to look here. It's the crossroads of America. The trucking and shipping, both for us logistically as well as our clients, just made perfect sense to try to come here to the greater Indianapolis area. And then here's just a little overview as well. As you can see, the 4 different campuses that we have currently in North Carolina. Like I said, they total about 1.2 million square feet. So with this building on Progress Drive, we're looking to bring that all into one house, just to make everything a lot simpler for the business. So the initial ramp up would be, as Dana had mentioned, a $56 million investment. Just over 1.1 million square feet, 181 new jobs. As Dana mentioned, $53,851 is our average salary, which works out to $25.89 per hour. And then we're looking at some of the infrastructure there at that building. We are gonna have to do some significant upgrades, and that is gonna be one of our challenges, in particular with the natural gas. So what we will have to do is we're gonna have to extend the existing natural gas line into the building, and we're gonna have to widen it to about 8 inches, and that's gonna be at a cost to us of about $3 million. Oops, sorry, there we go. For the new jobs, I wanted to touch on this. One of the things that we're very, very proud of is that we engage a lot with our local community and our local community colleges. I know here you've got Ivy Tech, you've got Franklin College. These are gonna be really, really great resources for us to bring in young, new talent. As well as we do internship programs as well, and not just with the local colleges and community colleges. We actually had one incredibly bright high school student who approached us and wanted to do a project on sustainability. So I worked with him through that. He presented it to our local city council. He got a little write-up in the newspaper, which was really great. But he was also able to use that for his college application submissions as a project. So that was really neat. And it was really fun. I worked very closely with this young student, and I actually had a really great time working with the young kids. We've actually brought in groups of high school students as well, high school seniors who are interested in manufacturing or engineering, give them plant tours, let them ask any questions that they may have. So it's something that I really enjoy, and I think it's really fun to engage with the local youth and those coming right out of college, you know, looking to start their career. Here's our project timeline. So we're hoping we get a lease signed, we get everything squared away this month. Starting in February, we'll start with our engineering details, start cutting POs for equipment. By June, hopefully the first of the equipment will be coming in. By August, we'll start hiring, and we'll probably start hiring a little before August for the main leadership teams, but hourly workers would probably start getting hired in August. Spend August, September, October getting these folks trained up on their machines. Commence operations hopefully by Q3, November. By 2028, as I was talking about our expansion plans, we're looking to expand to a second line. So I forgot to mention, we will be starting with one production line and a variety pack line to start with. And then by 2028, hopefully add a second production line. Then by 2029, expand to 3 to possibly 4 production lines, which is what we currently have in our main facility in Charlotte. So here are a couple challenges. So we had to get the special exception from the zoning committee, which I was happy to be here last week. That got voted on and approved. So that's one challenge behind us. The next big one is the natural gas project that I spoke about. It will be about $3.4 million, and that'll come at a cost to us. And for that reason, we are asking the commission here for the abatement. So we're looking for a tax abatement on the machinery equipment to offset some of that initial upfront costs. There will be some more challenges with the infrastructure as we grow, but we can cover that when we get to it. For right now, just to get up and running, the natural gas line is going to be the critical gap that we need to close in order to move forward with this location. And with that, I'd open it up to any questions that you may have.
Questions?
Excellent explanation you've given us. Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
When you're all up and going by 2028, how many people do you think you'll be employing at that time? If you can get to the 4 lines, and what's your growth progress?
It's about 100 to 125 people per line.
Okay.
So if we add the second line, probably up to around 300 employees.
Okay.
And by the time we get all 4 lines plus a variety pack in, I would say 500 to 600.
Okay.
Just to clarify, excuse me, the reason that the company had to go to the BZA is because of the zoning for this property. Food and beverage is considered a special exception, so it does require that. It's just to give a little bit more due diligence and oversight. The BZA did unanimously approve that. They had no issues with it.
Good.
What type of companies do you currently work with?
So we work with beverage companies across a lot of different sectors. I can't say any specific names, but the largest energy drink companies that you would be very familiar with, some prebiotic sodas that you may be very, very familiar with. We do have some alcohol customers. It's only about 15 to 20% of our total volume. So it's not quite as big, but we do produce some alcoholic beverages such as canned gin and tonic cocktails.
So at this facility, you'll be manufacturing and packaging?
Correct.
Okay. And I noticed that, you do hire some temps, but then you try to offer them full employment. Could you kind of talk about what your plans are in that regard for this facility?
Exactly. So I've had the pleasure of living and working in the manufacturing industry in Indianapolis. I know that the workforce in the greater Indianapolis area for manufacturing is incredibly strong. So I would really hope to not go down the route of hiring temporary workers. I'd like to bring on people full-time. At our current facility, the manufacturing sector the employment there is not quite as strong. So we do have to rely a lot more on temp labor. But I would say 90% of our temp labor gets converted to full-time. And so if we need to supplement with temporary labor, we can, but the idea would be to hire on full-time staff from the get-go.
Okay. And could you talk a little bit about the benefits that you offer employees?
Sure. So we offer a generous 401k match. We do offer a very generous healthcare package as well. We offer 2 weeks paid time off up to your first 5 years, then 3 weeks up to 10 years, and then 4 weeks after that. Of course, we offer all of the MLFA, disability, all of the normal things that come with a payment program.
Okay. And with a manufacturing facility, do you anticipate that there's going to be any kind of, I don't know, a better way to say this, like a smell from the factory, any type of thing like that?
There is not. So everything is self-contained within the building. So there's no odors, there's no sound. About once a week, I walk around our plant with a decibel meter just to ensure our employee safety. We never get above 80 decibels, and that's if you're standing right next to a machine. And the OSHA limit is 85, so there's no noise. The only thing that you would notice is our boilers do create a steam stack, but it's only about 15 feet high. So it's not like the steam you see from these big power plants that goes 100 feet in the air.
And so this facility is an additional facility for you. It's not moving a facility, is that correct?
Correct. This will be additional.
And could you, I'm just Mr. Question
Go
today.
ahead.
That's great.
Go ahead.
Could you talk to me a little bit about why Franklin and kind of how that process unfolded?
Absolutely. Our board of directors actually came to me because they knew I had lived and worked in Indianapolis, and they asked what I thought. And I thought, like I said, the workforce here is absolutely incredible. Shipping and logistics is incredibly easy here. There's so many things here that we already use, such as ingredients, and there's can manufacturers. So that really cuts down on shipping costs. For me, personally, it's the workforce. I've never worked with a greater workforce than I have in the greater Indianapolis area. And that made a lot of sense to us. And also, just having made that drive from Indy to Louisville, the amount of buildings popping up and the amount of infrastructure that's going in this area is absolutely remarkable.
Okay. Any other questions?
I just had a quick question on staffing. It looks like the bulk is going to be in the operators, fabricators, and laborers at 112 of the 181, and the average rate is 21 an hour. What's the starting wage for those positions, and how long does it take for them to?
So the lowest wage that we pay is $18 an hour, and that's for housekeeping, basically.
That's
So
what
our
the
operators-
service OCC positions are? The service OCC at the 1798?
Yes, correct.
those positions.
Yes. Our operators start at $22 an hour, and most operators move up within a year, especially as we add more lines. It's going to open up a lot of new positions. It's going to open up opportunity for growth. It's going to open up opportunity for advancement for these employees. And I've seen employees go from the $22 an hour up to $28 an hour in a year. If they're the right person and have that special ability.
Thank you.
And do you plan on running a 24-hour facility, or do you work just one shift a day, two shift a day?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 364 days a year. Christmas is the only day that we close, and that's across 4 shifts.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right. So,
Thank you.
next step, the property is already in an ERA, so we do not need to make that designation. We would need to make a finding that make a motion that the findings of paragraph 6A through E have been met for personal property. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that paragraph 6, A through E have been met for findings for personal property.
Second.
We have a first and a second and a third and a fourth. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So we do make those findings. Next would be a discussion of the abatement length with the EDC fee. Looks like they have requested 7%, or I'm sorry, 7 years with a 5% EDC fee, and the mayor's office is supportive of that. Do we have any other questions or comments on that? And do we have a motion as to a abatement length and EDC fee?
I'd make a motion for a 7-year abatement with a 5-year, or 5% EDC fee.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? So that is approved. Thank you very much.
And John, the final hearing will be with the city council. That will be next Wednesday. Since Monday is a holiday, it's moved to Wednesday. I will send you all of the details on that. Thank you so much.
All right, great.
Thanks again.
Yeah,
I'm
welcome.
excited to have you on board.
All right, next new business, the revision of the EDC fee grant program.
Yeah, so if you will recall, within these guidelines that for some reason are not wanting to pull up, there was a provision that stated that we do not basically do recurring programs. We do not repeat projects. It's almost a one and done kind of thing. discussed this with Ellen, as there was a little bit of concern about the fact that we have a couple programs that we have kind of done more than once, and wanted to make sure that we were compliant with all of our guidelines. Where is that? Why did I not see it? Did I touch the wrong one? Because I thought this was the.
I don't see the red line, but
I know, I
I
thought
remember what it
attached the
was.
red line. Good.
You want me to explain?
Yeah, so I'm gonna let Ellen take it from here because she's the one that worked on this and got this.
Under the scope of funding, you had a line item that said the EDC will generally not consider grants that have been granted before. We just got rid of that. And then in the scoring section, there was one that is new and innovative projects that have not previously been funded by the EDC. We're getting up to 10 points. I just changed that from 10 to 5 so that if there is someone new, they get something, but it's not as critical of a criterion.
Okay. Is there any other changes that we see that might be needed? And do we need to vote on making these changes?
I would,
Can you
yeah.
just administrative? Okay. We'll go ahead and vote on making the changes that Ellen had recommended. Do we have a motion?
I'll move that we approve the EDC fee grant guidelines that have been revised as presented.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So we do approve those. And thank you, Ellen, for your work on that. We appreciate it.
Happy to do it.
Compliance is starting.
I was going to say, I'll see you all in February, March, April, May, and June.
Emails going out next week to make sure that all the companies are aware, so they have to, I always ask them to have everything back to us by the end of February. I usually get them by the middle or end of March, but we'll get most of them, hopefully, so.
Has there been any movement on the software we discussed at the last meeting?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, the RDC did hear the same presentation that Adam gave to you. They agreed that it's a very good product and it's something that could actually help several commissions. So they are moving forward and they will be actually hearing a motion for the resolution to approve that next Tuesday. So Adam, Krista, and I have a meeting scheduled. It's either next week or the week after to start putting all that together.
Okay, thank you. Any other business? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have first and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So go Hoosiers, we're adjourned.
Hoosiers.